What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are good. Welcome back to the All Things Conscious podcast with CB Speaks and Shawna Ramke of Better Life underscore coaching. I hope y'all had a good week. Happy Monday. Let's make it a great week. This week, we will be talking about spirit guides, and I'm going to hand it over to my co host, Shawna Ramke.
All right, man. Like, this is exciting for me because I remember when I couldn't see them. I couldn't see my spirit team, and then all of a sudden I could. Like, I could always see like energy figures like walking around like tall, like giant energy clouds, whatever. And then one day I could see them, and it was all part of the healing process. And this is how it happened. One day I was laying in bed and I opened my eyes, and all these things, it really creeped me out, was just hovering over me. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can see you guys now. Please, this is scary for me, and I had to, send them like, please don't do that. But as you can start to see and experience your spirit team, they're a council. They're your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angelics, your galactic family is a whole council always around you. And when we don't listen, they do whatever they can to get our attention, and you can attest to that because I love your story.
Yeah. Like she was saying, well, I'm not in that part of my journey yet. Like we always say, your journey is your journey. So for me, how they come to me is through dreams, signs, and synchronicities. Like the other day, I was driving, me and Shawna was on the phone. I was driving and I looked up and I saw my cousin's initials on the bridge with my initials beside it because I was not so discouraged, but he always comes to me in dreams. He always comes to me letting me know, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and things like that. So the way that your spirit team will come to you will be different than they come to us, vice versa. But yeah, she said we don't listen. So I run a furniture company. I do upholstery and all of that. So I was coming off a load late at night, and I stopped at a gas station to get gas, use the restroom, blah blah blah. So something told me, we all know what that something is. Something told me, check your load before you go. Make sure that it's tied down tight. Make sure that everything is correct. I was so tired. I was like, I ignored it. Keep in mind, I've been getting synchronicities all day. Them telling me, hey, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. When I say synchronicities, like 111, 222, things like that, the numbers vary. So I did not check the load. And guess what happened? Every single piece of furniture that I had on the back of my truck came off.
Oh,
Literally. It was so bad to where a U-Haul truck swerved out. People were just plowing through the furniture, plowing through the furniture. And I was on the side of the road just shaking, scared that I had killed somebody. But thank God that it was a hard test for me to, hey, trust your intuition. When we're talking, you better listen or things can happen. And Shawna can, it's true because literally as soon as it happened, what did I do? Call you. I said, Shawna, oh my God, guess what happened?
yeah.
Definitely
I
make sure
thought you got in a car wreck, man. It was basically the same thing because all your furniture fell off in the street and people were swerving around it or whatever. And thank God that nobody was hurt because, your team, even though they're telling you, hey, they were right there to protect everybody and to protect you from it. But I mean, I'm at the point now where they just tell me to do something and I do it. Like, they're not like, hey, do this. They say, hey, what if you did this? Like, it's always a positive. Your spirit team will always be that positive, loving, inspiring voice. Never negative. It's never anything negative. You start hearing negative voices, that's not spirit. That's a mental illness. I mean, there is a difference between having a spiritual awakening and experiencing wounding that disassociates you from yourself, actually. But yeah, spirit guides and angels, like you said, I get numbers too constantly throughout the day. I'll be praying and I'll go outside, and I'll look up and they answer me right away. I'll see a rainbow cloud like just over my yard. I'll be like, just a little tiny rainbow cloud like hovering over my backyard or something. And it's always exciting that they hear everything. What just happened to us? And I was like, oh my God, they hear everything. Even me, it still blows my mind that they respond so fast.
We always talk like that though. Like the other day, we had a conversation. I think we get the times mixed up because we're always talking, but we had a conversation one day, and Shawna was like, "I prayed for something, and it came." And then that same thing happened to me. I prayed for something, and it came, and we were like, "Wow, they really are listening to us." Like they, and that's the thing that we want to stress to you. You're not alone. They hear you. They are here to protect you, to guide you, to lead you into the truth. That's what they are here for. They selected you. They are here for you. You can't do so much wrong and do so much whatever to make them go away. They are always here for you. They will never leave you. I promise you. And they have proven that to me time after time after. I had an opportunity and I moved. So when I moved, definitely if you ask them, they will answer you. Cause I asked them, I said, if this opportunity is not for me, give me a sign. I broke my phone. And I hate Androids. I hate Androids. So I literally had an Android, like a little $25 Android, and I was like, I'm gonna still go, ignoring the sign. So then I went, my car got busted into. I'm riding down the highway with a plastic bag on my truck because I did not listen to the little subtle signs. So imagine if I would have just listened when my phone broke. That's what, maybe $200. That's fine. But then I had to pay what, $300-400 to get my window fixed, all because I did not listen. So
Right.
they're constantly talking to you, and if you're going in the wrong direction, you're gonna see some blocks. They're not gonna let you go where you're not supposed to go. I promise you. I am a living witness of that. You will not make it.
We have free will, like you can attest to that. You still went on free will, but they were trying to like stop you. You know, they were throwing all kinds of blocks in your way, and you know that's what happens. And that's why we say we have free will, because they will try to redirect us, but sometimes we don't listen, sometimes we do listen. Like every time I listen, all this wonderful stuff happens to me, and it's like they gave me a blueprint, or like a manual, and they downloaded it and they said, Shawna, here are the steps, now you just got to get there. And I've been chipping away at those steps, and like all this, it's, you know, all this positive stuff, that money comes to me, and inspirational things come to me, and clients and followers come, and you know, and it's just amazing. And I don't know, it's just like so hard to explain when you're on this journey, like all the cool stuff that if you're paying attention, you know how divinely guided and blessed you are.
Definitely. So yeah, and it's not always bad. Just me personally, I don't listen. Well, I didn't. Rest assured, I do now. But
Right, right. Yeah, especially after that load came off the back of your truck.
yes, so definitely and that's why we preach this to y'all. Not so much preach, but try to nail it in your head, because we don't want y'all to go through the things that we go through, the mistakes and the hard lessons. Because I could have avoided all of that, you know. But now I know better, so I can do better. And like she said, just miracles and things happening. Because when I got everything corrected, it's just blessings flowing to me, money flowing to me, my business flourishing and everything like that. But when I was not on the path that was meant for me, I experienced block after block after block, which led to depression, which led to me getting into these self sabotaging tendencies, which led to me blaming others. And it's just a
Spiral,
cycle. Yeah,
downhill spiral. Yeah,
that
you always have to go in introspection and like, what is the lesson they're trying to show me? What are they trying to teach me? What is my day showing? And a lot of people don't even talk to their team. They don't even. I'm like, they're telling me you don't even talk to them, or not you, but you know, people that come to me, and I'm just like, they're telling me that you are not talking to them. And they'll be like, well, I pray. I'm like, that's not talking to them. It's not even from the heart. A lot of, you know, people just have these recited things that they've learned. So they're not even asking their team to help them. And since we have free will, we have to invite them into our life and invite them to help us every single day. And every day I set my intentions to co-create with Source. And I'm also very gratitude. I mean, they don't serve us, they help us because they love us, you know. They're not servants. You got to make sure you're thanking them for all their help and guidance. Everything they do for you. It's all about gratitude too.
definitely. That's another thing that we can touch on too is connecting with your ancestors, your spirit team, all of that. People think that you have to do these elaborate things to connect to them, but you can literally talk to them like me and you
Just
are talking.
like
Yeah,
talking. People
that's all.
ask me all the time, well, how do I talk? Hey, Archangel Michael, can you help me? Hey, Archangel Raphael, will you help me? Hey, and thank you when they help you, because they will right away.
It's simple thank you. And the way that a lot of people do things differently, like give them food, things like that, but I don't necessarily do that. And this is my journey. Like I said, I always say, they told me what to do was I love to sing. That's my offering to them, as well as like Shawna said, the thank you. Hey, just a little thank y'all for today. Thank you for protecting me, especially like when I get off the road now. I'll make sure, hey, thank y'all for protecting me on the road and the passengers around me. Thank y'all for helping me to strap down the load correctly. Just simple things. It doesn't take that much because a lot of times we don't even know what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Like,
There's always a lot
yeah,
of stuff behind the scenes. Yeah.
definitely because of that accident that I had. Behind the scenes, they were like protecting me, protecting the people around me. No one got hurt, no one got injured, no one's vehicle got messed up, anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
So they got your back. It's just about believing that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, so we wanted to cover, your spirit team, your spirit guy. I mean, literally, people walk around with a council and don't even realize it, you know. And sometimes, because religion depicts, you have like they think you have like two little angels, and they're your protectors, but you literally have a council that you can just turn to and ask questions to, and you can ask any person that's already passed on to help you. Like, say you have math homework. Like when I used to go to school, like when I was back in college and stuff, I would ask whoever could help me with whatever I was doing. I was like, yeah, I know there's somebody up there that knows this stuff. Can you help me? It's not cheating. It's not cheating. It's help. It's divine help.
Really right. Like, and this is a little personal, but I'm an open person, so I like to share because it'll help somebody. My cousin passed on a year ago, a year and some change ago, and it was very lonely. I was living in Houston at the time, and it was very lonely. So at the times that I would get extremely lonely, I would say, "Hey, my cousin's name, can you please come sit with me in this moment?" And I would just literally feel warm arms around me, and I would just sit there and cry because it was so comforting to me
Mhm.
to know that, hey, somebody's out there listening to me. He got my back. And like I said, he reminds me that all the time in my dreams, with the signs, with the
You know what?
spirit, you know?
I don't want to interrupt you, but that just reminded me that people, they don't realize that when their loved one pops in their head, that's their loved one coming in to check on them,
Mm-hmm.
because they think you have to be some tarot card psychic. Everybody's got psychic, telepathic, gifts that they don't use. They don't develop them. But when you just like pops in your head and then they call you, that is a form of telepathy, right? But
Yes.
you don't put it two and two together. But when your relatives, you just all of a sudden are thinking about them out of the blue, that's them coming to you. And like I sit down in the morning, when my grandmother was alive, she's one of my spirit team too. She came to a dream that all excited to tell me she got to be one of my spirit guides, and she was my best friend in life. So she used to drink coffee and sourdough toast, right? And so now I'm sitting in my house. I have her actual table in my house that the whole family for like 50 years have been gathering around. So it's got a lot of energy in it. But I would sit, drink coffee, and have my sourdough, which reminded me of her, and have a full conversation with her. And it's amazing. They're not dead. They just shed their vessel, and their higher selves, even if they reincarnate, it's their higher selves. Our higher selves are always multidimensional. So the higher self is always there to comfort us and be with us and sit there and hug you and hold you, make sure you don't feel lonely. Yeah.
It's just honestly about you shifting your mindset. Because like we said in the last video, I come from a religious background. Shauna also was a pastor. So it's hard to sometimes veer out of that because the church kind of demonized those type of things, interacting with your ancestors and all of that, But
Mhm.
once you get out of that perspective and just understand that, hey, They are here to help me. They are here to guide me. They are here to lead me when I'm confused and things like that. It'll be different. And it's a long time to get out of that mindset too. That's why I'm saying this. I know we're not on the religious thing, but that's why I said it, because it took me a long time to get out of that too, and to actually connect and to listen to those voices.
Oh, I have a relative that she thinks that her, like my uncle will come to me and be like, can you tell my family I miss them and I love them? No, I can't, because they don't believe that. They think that you're in heaven and that's where you stay. You like, you don't come back and you don't interact with us. So I'm not saying nothing to them. Their mindset is very blocked. So, but he does come all the time, all my relatives. And for some reason in the shower, because water is a psychic amplifier. So especially when I start when my third eye started really opening up to see beyond the veil, and it was like in the shower. That was like the first time, and I saw them all like, hey, we can see you. I'm like, no, I'm in the shower. Like I was a very intrusive, relatives on the other side. Like they're hovering over me when I'm sleeping. They're in the shower with me, like, like, hey, they're so excited that they can now communicate with you. Because when I was a child, I say in my book that I wrote, when I was telling the story when I was 3, I used to have all these friends and spirit guides I could see, and then the family's like, oh yeah, just your imagination, blah 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 blah. It goes away, and then once you start healing and open up your mind and your consciousness starts expanding, boom, here they are again. And it's like a welcome home party. They're so excited that, hey, and I want you to know that everything that we do, they get excited. Like every step, every progression, everything. It's like they're throwing a party and they're like really cheering us on. And they really do get excited for us. They really do.
Definitely, I can definitely agree with that, because constantly, if I do something, I'll get these synchronicities, or I'll literally have, and I'm a visionary, so I get images. So I get these images of like everybody just surrounding me, clapping. I'm proud of you with the confetti and stuff like that. And it totally makes the difference to know that, like I said before, somebody out there is cheering you on, somebody's proud of you. Like, and it doesn't even have to be a big thing. It could be the small thing that you don't even think that they're proud of you, but they're so proud of you. They really,
like when you beat depression and you finally, because they're always whispering words of encouragement and love and stuff like that. But when you finally say, you know what, I'm taking back my power, I'm taking back my life, they're like, yes, yeah, I'm so excited for you. Yes, she can do it. I knew she could do it. I knew she could do it. And yeah, they're like that all the time. They're really, it's a really a beautiful thing. And I hope that each and every one of you tries to connect with your angels, your spirit team, your ancestors, your galactic family on a daily basis. Every night when I'm meditating and in the morning when I wake up, I always include them. I actually say, everybody, thank you, and everybody in the higher realms, because everybody's help us, progress in life. So I thank everybody, and even the beings that we don't even know are on this planet. I thank them too. And sometimes I tell them I'm sorry that people don't acknowledge you, but I appreciate you and I'm thanking you for everybody if I have to.
definitely, I think the gist of this was connect with your spirit team. They're there for you. They're here for you, um, protecting you day and night. And like Shawna said, I want to just reiterate, give them permission. They're here for you. Give them permission to intercede in your life, because they will. They definitely will. Just, hey, I'm feeling sad today. Can y'all come help me out? Things like that. And it's nothing that you have to do that's so elaborate to connect with your guys. Talk to them. I know going back and forth right now. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Stay. And a little secret I'll tell you, if you want your manifestations to come faster, gratitude is the key. So thank your spirit team. Thank God for where you're at. Thank spirit, thank source. Whatever you refer to the highest being as, thank them for where you're at. And just thank them for what's coming. Thank them for the lessons that you've learned. Just stay in gratitude and continue on.
Well, I want to say one thing before we go is never think that you're not connected to God or your team. You're always connected to them. There's no separation. You've never been separated. You don't need a church, a pastor. You don't need anybody to be a third party to connect you to the divine. You're always connected. You are a divine being in this human vessel having this experience, but you've always been this divine being. So you guys take care. We love you.